Miss Transforce 96 here from the video review. This time we have the Marvel Legends Guardians of the Galaxy kind of Wave 2 for this year of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Nebula from the Daughters of Thanos set of figures. So overall on the side you do have an image of Nebula. On the other side we have Gamora, because these two share the same package, the two figures on the back there. And the assortment with the Build-A-Figure being Mantis. Really quickly, not a fan of Mantis as the Build-A-Figure. I think that she looks like a great figure and I am excited for it, but as a Build-A-Figure I think it's incredibly underwhelming. Definitely needs to be just a part of this wave, considering this Nebula figure is just as good as that Mantis figure. But nonetheless, I do plan to build her, of course, and you do need, there's 7 figures in this assortment, you only need 6 for Mantis. Nebula is the only figure that I was willing to pay full retail for. Got her for, full retail $20. The rest of these guys, really not excited for very much, so I'm totally going to wait for some sort of discount on them. But Nebula I wanted as soon as possible, because I'm a big Marvel Villains fan, and we so rarely get Marvel Villain figures, so it is very exciting when we do, and we do right now. So here's Nebula. So overall, this is quite a nice figure, I do have to say. It's not incredibly large or anything, of course, but the quality of this figure is quite nice. Going over the actual sculpting here, the face sculpt I think is quite good. It's not, amazing. It's decent. I think that there is lacking a bit of expression. I think a slight smirk or a scowl would have been better than this. This is more just kind of plain, which still works. I mean, it's still completely fine, but I think a little smirk or a scowl would have fit the character a little bit better. I would have liked that. But the sculpting on the face itself is very good. The black lines on the face, those you'd think would just be paint, but they're not. They're actually sculpted on. And then, of course, the silver pieces, they're sculpted as well. And everything's just cut very smoothly. Very nice. It does look very good. The costume itself maintains a large amount of detail. As you can see, all the texturing in there. And then the straps, of course, are all sculpted. Really, everything is sculpted on this figure. And there's nothing that's actually just painted, which is surprising, but super cool. As you can see, it looks very cool. She does have like these black marks kind of all over. You can see that on the shoulder. You can see it like just here. She's got like black splotches, and then on the pants you see it. I'm not sure if that's like supposed to be a part of the costume. I believe it's actually supposed to be damage, considering she's not in the best shape when she's found in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, so I think that's just supposed to be damaged. It does look pretty good though, and it's close. It's a dark color like her costume, so it does kind of blend in. So if you wanted a more clean Nebula, it still does look clean. It doesn't look too damaged, is what I'm trying to say. The metal arm looks awesome though, complete, really nicely sculpted. The elbow pads, they do stick out a bit further than I think that they probably should, but that is a very small complaint. And then her arms in general just seem a little long. Just slightly. And it's really only when I was posing her that I noticed, but the arms do seem a little long. Wish that they were slightly shorter. Very minor complaint though, but it's really the only complaint that I have. I think that they can be shorter. As far as her accessories go, she does come with a blaster, which does look very nice. She uses this, she uses this once in the movie, if I'm not mistaken, and she doesn't use a blaster in Volume 1, but yeah, it does look very nice. She holds it extremely well too. And then she does come with an interchangeable arm. One hand is just her metal arm with her hand, and then the other one is just the metal arm with a claw. This is more of her Guardians of the Galaxy 1 look, because in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, she never wears the purple costume with her hand. When she gets her hand is when she changes her costume to the red one, so it's not really quite accurate for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. This is more accurate for Guardians of the Galaxy 2. When she's in the purple costume, she has the claw hand. As far as them going with the purple costume instead of the red one, I'm actually happy about that. I think that she just looks better in purple. I think that just is it's closer to the comics, first of all, and then second of all, I think that it just matches her skin color a lot better too. So I'm a big fan of her in the purple costume. I think the red costume looks alright, but it looks much it doesn't look half as good as the purple costume. Now, considering this is a Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 figure, the red costume would be a lot more suiting, especially since, if you want her like a part of your Guardians of the Galaxy team, the red costume does fit that a whole lot better. But personally, I do like the fact that she has a purple one, because I like her as a villain, and I think that it looks better in general as well. So, as far as articulation goes, Very good for Marvel Legends. It's got the standard ball hinge neck, which can look up a great amount, can look down a very far amount as well. Ball hinge shoulders with a hinge swiveling elbow. You have hinge swivel wrist on this side. It hinges up and down, which I do like. And then, on this side, if you have the arm in with the hand, it hinges in and out. So I do like that, especially when the figure comes with a gun. She has a ball jointed upper torso, which is pretty limited. Yeah, it can't really do much. It can barely go forward and back. It's mainly just a swivel, which is unfortunate. She does also have a swivel at the waist, so I wish that there was more articulation in the torso there, though. Ball jointed hips with thigh swivel, double hinge knees, and hinge pivoting ankles. The hinge on these ankles is pretty killer. There you go. As you can see, it can go an insanely far amount forward as well as back. So the ankle hinge is awesome. I do like the range that it allows. It's pretty nice. So I do like this figure quite a bit. I think that it's really a perfect representation of Nebula. Giving you a comparison, here she is with the Build-A-Figure Thanos. It is, of course, the comic book version of Thanos, but I think that he looks pretty cool with her. That Thanos looks pretty small, considering a relatively dainty figure is almost as tall as Thanos. Is kind of weird, but it still does look very nice, and I'm sure we'll get an MCU Thanos as a Build-A-Figure for Infinity War. I definitely bet money on that, so I think that she would look quite good with him, being that she is his adopted daughter. I am excited to get the new Gamora, specifically kind of to go with this Nebula figure, but overall, really like this Nebula figure, like the Nebula character a lot. I actually just met Karen Gillan at Comic-Con this year and got her autograph and everything, so I'm a big fan of Nebula. Definitely wanted to get this figure right away, and I am happy to have it, and it's a nice kind of addition to my MCU villain collection, considering we don't get too many villains. However, this year, Hasbro is being really great with giving us a nice array of villains. I mean, Nebula, Ego's coming out soon, Vulture just came out, and then Hela comes out within like a month, so very happy about that. But overall, really do like this figure. Disappointed with the Build-A-Figure of this wave, and because of that, I don't have much urgency to get the rest of the wave. However, this figure was definitely worth it to me, and I'm very happy with it. I totally recommend it for any fans of the Nebula character and Guardians of the Galaxy movie fans. So there you go, that's my very review of the Marvel Legends Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Nebula figure. Let me know what you guys think of the figure, and thanks so much for watching.